Yes, another deck profile, my fellow card gamers. Why? I just got word. There's a chance that the Twinkle Melody booster set will still be delayed tomorrow. Well, later today because it's around 1:15 a.m. of 24th of January. So it's already been 2 days since release. In the country that I live in, it's still delayed. There's a chance it gets to arrive. It arrives later on this day. Worst case scenario, next week. Hopefully, it arrives later this day. Maybe this morning or around afternoon in the local shop that I go into. So, before moving to the deck profile, I'd like you to consider subscribing, leaving a like, sharing this video, leave a comment if you want, maybe, about this video, your suggestions, your insights. I don't know, leave a comment if you want. And hitting that bell button if you want to be notified for the next uploads. I'll probably have a card fight video. Hopefully, I'll upload a card fight video and at least a deck profile for the deck that I'll be fighting against. Tomorrow I'll be probably piloting the no shell deck that I made a deck profile yesterday. So let's jump into the deck profile of the Alter Ego Messiah deck. There's a reason why I specified Alter Ego because I don't have the Harmonics. Yeah, I think it's Harmonics Messiah. The first VR of the Messiah variant of Link Joker. I don't have that. I only have the V Booster 8 high rarities. I mean, double rares to triple rares to VR. Other than that, RSNC, I added some old or previous set cards in order to make my own variant of this deck. Anyways, moving on, I'm running um Clear Frame. Clear Frame, Whirling Wash of Curse Cleansing. It allows you to choose one circle, unlock a lock card in that circle, and stand the rear guard on that circle, which you already unlock more or less. And if you unlock or stood a card, you get to draw one. So I am running 3 copies of these, mainly to be prepared for the upcoming Chaos deck. At the same time, I get to utilize this order card when early on or mid game I call out from my drop zone 2 cards as lock cards using Alter Ego skill. Wow, it's like I'm just swirling around this Vanguard rare. There's 3 copies of that. Also the stand skill, you probably can use it to stand a rear guard that's been paralyzed by a skill. If there's a clan, probably Mega Colony that has that skill, restricts standing or standing up of a rear guard or unit. Anyways, moving on. Grade 4. Maybe I should have done Volco Gold first before the order card. Anyways, Volco Gold, its full name is, let's focus that first. God damn. Anyways, I'm not gonna wait for it to focus. Continuous, this card cannot be ridden. So it can't be a ride target. Also, a rear guard skill when placed, retire this unit. So you can't normal call it as if that's a possibility. You can actually call a grade higher than your Vanguard's grade as a rear guard. And last rear guard circle skill, end of the battle, it attack a Vanguard, lock this unit, and one of your units gets plus 10,000 power until end of turn. So it's basically a setup. Lock it, get another one of your units plus 10,000. When your Alter Ego Messiah swings, unlock it, and you swing another 30k or 40k if it has at least one force. Depending on the number of force markers you have in the circle that your Volcogode is placed in. Yeah, is it Volcogode? Yeah, I'm gonna pronounce it Volcogode. So for 2 copies only, same reason as always, I only have 2 copies. Next, luckily I have 4 copies, so VR this time. For Alter Ego Messiah. Alter Ego skill is first skill is an axe skill in which when it's in the Vanguard circle, once per turn, soul plus 1, put up to a total of 2 cards and with different card names from your drop zone on your rear guard circles as lock cards. So it's a hard once per turn soul plus 1, 2 different card names unit in your drop called to rear as lock. So it replenishes, it easily fills up your circles. Then more or less I'm gonna use this in order to open up the circle if I called it to the front row in order to have a first swing before I lock it up again and unlock it using Alter Ego Messiah's second skill, which is on attack, of course, choose any number of any player's lock cards, unlock them, and all of those unlock cards gets plus 10,000 power until end of turn. So the downside of this card, of this skill, second skill, Alter Ego doesn't actually gain power nor crits or extra drive, though it unlocks pretty much without a cost. That's a good thing about this VR. Pretty much costless for unlocking when it attacks. So 4 copies of that. Moving on to the grade 2. Weirdly enough, I'm running. Wow, the focus in this so bad. Anyways, I'm just gonna tell its name. It's Binodal Dragon. Binodal Dragon is a old card from what's that? VOB 07. Its first skill is a rear guard skill, so plus 1, retire this unit, and draw a card. Its second skill is an axe skill, in which when a unit is retired from your R during your turn, counter plus 1, and until end of turn, when your opponent would call from his or her hand to Guardian Circle from the battle that your Vanguard attack, he or she must call 2 or more at the same time. So, I'm not quite sure if it works out if I retire the same card and does it activate its auto, in which I can pay the cost of counter blasting 1 and have my Vanguard gain a skill of until end of turn when opponent would call from his or her hand guardians for the battle your Vanguard attack, she needs to guard 2 or more at the same time. So I'm not quite sure about this deck list actually, but I hope what I propose for this deck list is actually allowed. So more or less that's the reason why I'm running binodal, in order to have my no power creep, no power up Vanguard swing get at least 2 to guard skill, and also without losing a hand card or field commitment by having it soul blast retire itself and draw 1. So that's pretty much the use of binodal. Holy cow, it's 9 and I'm still at the grade 2s. Moving on, let's jump forward to grade 2s at the same time. I'm running Gasturur and Lady Fencer of Matter Transmission. Gasturur actually is a Vanguard slash Rearguard Circle skill, and the battle attack a Vanguard, counter plus 1, put a card from your hand as lock card, and draw card. It doesn't lock itself, but it allows you to call a card from your hand as lock card and draw. So there's no minus, more or less. It allows you to fill out a circle, though it's locked. But pretty much will be opened by Alter Ego skill. And of course, Lady Fencer of the Matter Transmission is a card costless again. Wow. Rigor Circle skill when it attacks. If you have a Vanguard with Messiah in its card name, this unit gets plus 5,000 until the end of that battle. At the end of that battle, lock itself. So another self-locking cards. Self-locking cards like Volco Gold. Of course, set. Yeah. Next, luckily I have at least 3 copies. White Dwarf, Lady Butler White Dwarf, generic skill. Look at top 5 cards of your deck. If there's a grade 3, you may add that grade 3. If you added a card from that 5 cards that you've looked into, discard a card. Its continuous though is Vanguard Triggered Circle skill, same as the auto. During your turn, if you have a face down card in any player's bind zone or circle, it gets like plus 5,000 power. So it's a 13k bit stick, more or less, if you lock your own cards or you have lock opponent's cards which is not available in this deck list, or bind opponent's units if they have a card face down in their buying zone, which is not the main focus of this deck list. Moving on, I'm running another previous set card, Treasure Child of Nuclear Magnetic Resonance. This card only has a Rigor Circle skill. End of the battle, this unit boosted. If your opponent did not call units, trigger units for that battle, it boosted. Put this unit in their soul. One of your units gets plus 10,000 power until end of turn. So more or less, early game you can actually use this. Well, for me, or if you have a swing that only needs a 10k guard. Example, you've swing with Gustorer boosted by this card. This is probably 9 plus 8, 17 without a force. That's only 10,000 to guard. If they didn't call a trigger, you may have it be put into the soul by its cost and have one of your other units that's gonna swing power plus 10,000. So that's more or less my unit that replenishes soul, though it's only met when you pay the cost when its conditions are met. So moving on, next grade 1s. As you remember, I'm running Binodal Dragon, so I'm gonna utilize into that gain skill. If it works, I'm not quite sure. Tell in the comments if my deck list is not functional, and if it's not, I'm so sorry. Hopefully it functions out of what I've thought about this deck. 3 copies of Sharpened Loop of Despondency Ainilam. I think its card name is pronounced like that. Anyways, it's Rigard auto skill. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted a Vanguard. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, and 2 or more guardians were retired for that battle, retire this unit, draw 2 cards. So more draws, because Alter Ego Messiah doesn't actually allow you to draw for every unlock cards. So it combos up with Binodal if what I've thought about on how to use its skill actually applies into this deck. So you have your Vanguards gain a skill that needs your wait, the word, I forgot the word. I'm so tired. I'm so sorry if this video is too long. It's 14 minutes already. It allows it doesn't allow your opponent to only guard one at a time. They need to guard 2 cards at a time. So utilizing that gain skill, you're probably going to be able to use this card's skill, in which if your opponent guarded 2 cards or more for the swing of your Vanguard, which this unit boosted, you get to retire it and draw 2 cards. So that's pretty much its skill. Last unit, grade 1, discard a low rarity from V Booster 8. When skill is when it is unlocked, draw a card. Then its skill can only be used once a turn. With the card, the same card name as this one. It's what this name. Its name is Bending Solid Hit Van Maanen. I think it's German. Anyways, that's a grade 4 to grade 1 lineup. Of course, triggers, heal, set straw PG, set critical, set another critical set, and of course, starter. I don't know the Messiah starter. I don't even know if there's a Messiah starter. I think it's only trial deck limited, so I'm only using the V Booster 8 starter that's available to me. So that's pretty much the deck list. Hopefully, I'm right about using binodal and Anilam's skill about having my Vanguard get two, two cards to guard at the same timing. Anyways, that's the deck list. So tired. I still have to go to church tomorrow around 5 a.m. I have to be up, so I only have around 3 hours to sleep. I don't even know I'm going to sleep. So if I don't upload a box opening video of Twinkle Melody around Monday morning here in the Philippines, or around nighttime tomorrow, I mean nighttime later, because it's Sunday today, it's probably it's delayed. And if I upload a new video, which is probably a card fight or another deck profile, I'm gonna say that it's delayed. So thanks for watching. Sorry it took like 17 minutes to make this video, and it's so chaotic. I'm not even sure on this deck list. I just made it up a few minutes ago. I didn't even play test this. Hopefully someone play test it and tell me in the comments if what I've built actually works as a alter ego specific deck. So thank you for watching and good night. Wait, how do I even stop recording here?